Good morning, students. This is Latif sir. Today I'll discuss about catalysis. What is catalysis? Catalyst you have already studied in lower classes. That is, catalyst is a chemical substance which can change the rate of reaction, which can increase or decrease the rate of reaction without being used up in that chemical reaction. And this process is known as catalysis. So catalyst is the chemical substance which can alter the rate of a chemical reaction without being used up in the reaction, and this process is known as catalysis. And you know that in different processes there are different types of catalysts which are used generally. Some examples: in Haber process of preparation formation of ammonia, or in Haber process of ammonia preparation, finely divided iron catalysts are used, and molybdenum act as promoter in the preparation of ammonia by Haber process. And similarly, in Oswald process for manufacture of nitric acid in by Oswald process, platinized asbestos are used as catalyst. Okay. And in contact process for preparation of sulfuric acid, platinized asbestos or vanadium pentoxide V2O5 are act as catalyst or used as catalyst. And late chamber process for sulfuric acid, nitric oxide used as catalyst. And in Deacon's process, cupric chloride is used as catalyst. So these are some processes, and these are some examples of catalyst. Okay. Now a catalyst may be two types. One is positive catalyst, and another is negative catalyst. So positive catalyst which increases the rate of the reaction, and negative catalyst which decreases the rate of chemical reaction. And another type of classification of catalyst, this is on depending on the phase of physical state of catalyst. Catalysts are two types. One is homogeneous catalyst, another is heterogeneous catalyst. In homogeneous catalyst, in this catalysis are two types: homogeneous catalysis and heterogeneous catalysis. In homogeneous catalysis, the catalyst reactants are in the same physical state, that is in same phase. For example, in the formation of sulfur trioxide from sulfur dioxide and oxygen gas, nitric oxide is used as catalyst. You can see here all the reactant and product are in same phase, that is in gaseous phase. Sulfur dioxide in gas phase, oxygen is in gas phase, and nitric oxide is also gas phase. Nitric oxide is catalyst here. Okay. Similarly, in case of heterogeneous catalysis, the catalyst is present in different phase. Catalyst is present in different phase than that of reactants. For example, heating of potassium chlorate to produce oxygen gas. In this case, solid manganese dioxide act as catalyst. Okay. So it is an example of heterogeneous catalysis. And another type of catalysis is autocatalysis. In autocatalysis, when one of the product of the reaction act as catalyst, then the process is known as autocatalysis. So in case of autocatalysis, no external catalyst is required. Okay. The product formed can act as catalyst in these cases. Now characteristics of catalysis. Characteristics of catalysis. The catalyst remain unchanged in mass and chemical composition after the reactions. Okay, that means catalyst not take part in chemical reaction, just increases or decreases the rate of reaction. So main characteristics of catalyst remain unchanged in mass and chemical composition. And second, in case of reversible reaction, the catalyst does not influence the composition of reaction mixture at equilibrium, and it only helps to attain the equilibrium quickly. So in case of reversible reaction, the catalyst helps to attain the equilibrium quickly. Okay. Now promoters and poisons. Promoters and poisons. What are promoters and poisons? Promoters are chemicals. Promoters are chemical substance. Promoters are also chemical substances that enhance the activity of catalyst. That enhance the activity of catalyst are known as promoters. So promoters are chemical substances that enhance the activity of catalyst, while poisons are also chemical substances, but poisons decreases the activity of catalyst. Okay. Now adsorption theory of heterogeneous catalysis. I have told that in heterogeneous catalysis, reactant and the catalyst are present in different phase. Okay. So adsorption theory of heterogeneous catalysis, the mechanisms involves 5 steps. In this theory, in adsorption theory of heterogeneous catalysis, in the mechanisms involve 5 steps, and you have to know this 5 steps of heterogeneous catalysis. First step, diffusion of reactants on the surface of the catalyst. First, diffusion of reactant molecules. Suppose in this figure you can see catalyst and AB are reactants. Okay, and catalyst given on the left side. Okay, and in first step, diffusion of reactant on the surface of the catalyst, and after that adsorption of reactant molecule on the surface of the catalyst occur. Okay, so you can see in the figure adsorption of reacting molecules, and after adsorption you can see the A and B reactants are binded with the binded on the surface or adsorb on the surface of the catalyst. Okay, and second, in third step, occurrence of chemical reaction on the catalyst surface through formation of intermediate. So in third step, there will be a chemical reaction on the surface of the catalyst through the formation of intermediate. So you can see in this figure intermediate formation, that is it is showing that bond formation between A and B. Okay, and in the fourth step, disruption after bond formation between A and B on the catalyst surface by chemical reaction, disruption of product molecule from the catalyst surface. And in fifth step, diffusion of reaction products away from the catalyst surface. Okay, so you have a finally you will get the product AB. Okay, and here you can see initially you have taken two different reactant A and B, and after this catalysis reaction, you can see here there is a bond formation between AB, that is A and B combined to give AB product by this catalysis reaction. Okay, and you can explain this process by the adsorption theory of heterogeneous catalysis. Now, important feature of solid catalysis. Important feature of solid catalyst. First, activity. The activity of a catalyst depends upon the strength of chemisoption to a large extent. The adsorption should be reasonably strong, not so strong that they become immobile and no space is available for other reactant to get adsorbed. And second feature is selectivity. The selectivity of catalyst is its ability to direct a reaction to yield a particular product. Example, starting with HZ, H2, starting with H2 and carbon monoxide using different catalysts, we get different product. Okay, for example, when carbon monoxide and hydrogen combine in presence of nickel catalyst, you will get methane and water vapor. Similarly, when carbon monoxide combined with hydrogen gas in presence of copper, zinc oxide, chromium oxide catalyst, the final product will be methanol, CH3OH. And when carbon monoxide combined with hydrogen gas, the product will be in presence of copper catalyst, the product will be formaldehyde, HCHO. So selectivity of catalyst is different. Okay, in different cases. So selectivity of catalyst, it is ability to direct a reaction to yield a particular product. And now selective catalysis. Selective catalysis. The catalytic reaction that depends upon the pore structure of the catalyst and the size of the reactant and product molecules is called safe selective catalysis. So what is safe selective catalysis? The catalytic reaction that depends upon the pore structure of the catalyst and the size of the reactant and product molecules is called safe selective catalysis. Example, cracking cracking isomerization of hydrocarbons in the presence of zeolite is an example of safe selective catalysis. Okay, an important zeolite catalyst used in the petroleum industry as is GSM S, and it converts alcohol directly into gasoline. Okay, so today I have already discussed about catalysis and type of catalyst and type of catalysis and mechanism of catalysis, solid adsorption theory of heterogeneous catalysis. Okay, all this point you have to read carefully. Thank you, students.